My name is Luke Wallace, and I'm from the Vale. We're in Kamloops, British Columbia today, and we shot 3 acoustic songs in this beautiful McDonald Park. The first song we recorded today is called An Opportunity, and it was written in Fort Worth, Texas. I was sitting in the airport just after going through extensive American security, and here was on the TV beside me CNN blaring stuff about ISIS and the threat, the imminent threat of Islamic terrorism around the world. And I just could not get over the fact that it was kind of manufactured hatred, and then this was justifying increased security in the American airports, all this sort of thing. And so in one flow of consciousness, I wrote this song called An Opportunity. I think it's really important that we recognize the unity and the oneness of all people on earth, and in recognizing that, we will really shift fundamentally kind of the thoughts and the ideals that are driving our society towards the collapse. The second song we did today is called With You to Be, and it's the only love song on this new record. And I wrote it about and to my best friend who I let down and who's done so much in my life, and I let her down once, and so I had to hop on a boat and very last minute head across to an island to support her in something that was really important to her and to me. And then the third song that we just did under this beautiful little gazebo thing is called The Nonviolent Anti-Petroleum Blues. And it's what it sounds like. It's a song that I've played all over this country and many times in Paris at the climate conference. And it was inspired by the grassroots activism along the BC coast, all the incredible communities and frontline people standing up to the expansion of oil and gas in their communities and recognizing that there's a different and better way forward than to build pipelines and LNG terminals up and down the coast of British Columbia. I mean, I started playing music when I was 5, 6 years old. My mom signed me up for piano lessons, and I played for years and then hated it and stopped, but did carry music through. When I was 9 or 10 years old, I started playing trumpet, and I'd played trumpet all the way through until I was about 18. Can still pick it up and play, not so well though. And then I sang chorally all through high school, and started playing folk music when I turned 16, 17 is when I started really writing folk music and playing the guitar a lot more, and falling into what you probably see now. The inspiration and the drive to become a musician was in part due with my family. I really followed my older brother when I was growing up, and he was playing music, and so I played music. And then I just started falling in love with live videos and watching live concerts on the internet and seeing all these artists with seas of people singing every word to their songs, and that just is something inherent. I said, I got to do that. I want people to know the words to my songs, and here we are today. So kind of in the near future, my goal right now is to get to a place where I can tour nationally consistently every year. Like, I want to play 200 shows a year every year for the rest of my life kind of thing. And to get to that place where I have listening crowds in every city across the country would be really a beautiful thing for me and something that I'm striving for. And my hopes and dreams for on a grander scale is that we can rebuild our democracy in this country, because democracy is a very powerful tool and can be incredible when executed properly. But when it's co-opted by corporate money and the desires of corporations and businesses, our democracy falls apart, as we're seeing right now. And if people cared enough, if the public cared enough to engage in the political process and hold our politicians accountable, we wouldn't see these problems. They would disappear rather quickly, and we'd be able to shape a future that's sustainable and one that embraces equality and embraces opportunity for everyone, not just for some. And we'll get there. It takes artists, and it takes musicians, and it takes everyone to really engage in the political process and engage in what our democracy could be, and not stop until the desires and values of the people are represented in the actions and choices and policies of our elected officials. My job as a folk musician is to connect people and communities around the protection of their local environments, recognizing that their actions locally are a part of a greater network of global action to address climate change and to address inequality and to address access to clean water and clean air and food. And so if you want to support me in doing that, you can go online, you can find my record, it's called An Opportunity. Buy it, any help you can have, any help in spreading that around. That's probably the biggest thing you can do, is listen to it if you love it, tell 5 people about it. That's how this starts, and that's how I gain a greater platform to then address and share the stories of all the people that I've met and address some of the problems that we're faced so that we can work on them together and build a better future. I'd sail a sea.